what's up, guys? Welcome to TalkNowPodcast. I'm going to be host Mr. P for the next 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. As you heard there at the beginning of this live stream, that was Powerflight 3000 by a good man. I've found a friend on SoundCloud, and his name is Isidore. So if you want to go and check some of his music out, I'll be playing a little bit of that later on, which is all good. Unfortunately, I've not got many more artists that's got back in touch with me, but I am reaching out to other artists. So, well, to be honest, my last podcast that I did, I've had another copyright claim on the third one, which was down to Upbeat Aries Beats, the first tune that I've been playing on my podcast. Now, in episode 1 and 2, I didn't get no copyright claims on that song. It's a copyright free, royalty free song on YouTube, and obviously I thought it was okay to use, but I've got a copyright claim on that now, so I won't be able to use that in the intros anymore. So I thought I'd start off today's podcast with Powerflight 3000, and that's by Isidore. I will leave a link in the chat below us, and also below us we've got the Discord chat going, so if you want to get in touch, you want to call into the podcast, talk and have a little bit of a debate about anything you like. I'm always open to questions and here for a little bit of chit chat. So I have another artist as well called Vogel. I found him on SoundCloud. Really nice guy. Just been in talks with him on SoundCloud, but he's transferred me to some of his other music on iTunes. So I will be not iTunes, sorry. Where's his other music? It's on Spotify. Do apologise for that. So I will be playing some of Vogel's music a little bit later on as well. Similar kind of retro synth wave, new retro wave type music, which I'm kind of getting into at the moment. I do want to be playing, some of the top songs as well, but I just don't have the rights to play them. I've loved music all my life. I wish I could show you my picture up on my wall. It says, "What is life without music?" It's got some headphones and keyboards and guitars and old pianos and stuff like that on the picture. It's a really cool image. So I'm just going to do a little bit of introduction in today's podcast. I've been having a look at a few of these stories and things in my newsfeed this morning. I know you all get them if you log onto the internet. You get your general news feeds. And so I'm just going to get the news up. First one, something I'll be talking about a little bit later on, is the new Xenobots, living robots made from frog cells that can heal themselves. I've got the new report here of scientists discover 2 super-Earth planets that could host alien life. I was going to send you and direct maybe a few of you to go and check this website out, which is newretrowave.com. I'm not associated with them, I'm not affiliated by them or anything like that, but there's tons of artists on here. I've been listening to them. I think I said in episode 3 that I've been on here. I spent 2 to 5 hours or something just listening to the artists on there. Some really cool music, some with some vocals in as well, which I'd like to get some rights of usage. I'd like to be able to play some of this music in the background, just like I have done some of Isidore's music from SoundCloud, and then I'll put a link in the chat below us, and you can go and check this music out that we actually listen to on here. What else have we got? I've also got the Australian bushfire emergency, which I have tried to put a little bit of a link in the chat below us in each episode. Australians facing some of the most dangerous and catastrophic bushfires they've ever seen. So I will be talking a little bit about that later on, and hoping, I'll put a link to if you want to donate or anything like that to the cause, which is all great. And then I've got a little news article here, which is the Tesla's Sentry mode. I have spoke a little bit about Teslas in the past. The Model 3S, which I really like, do like the Roadster, the new Roadster that is. And this is just basically like a security breach or a security noticed alarm type system, but it does drain the battery, which I'll be talking a little bit about that later on. What I'm going to do now, guys, I'm just going to drop into his second tune, and this one is by Vogel. Yesterday I played Dreamwaves, so I'm going to play Night City today. Appreciate Vogel for letting me put his music on the podcast, and I hope you guys. I tried to eradicate that sound, and it still hasn't gone, but I'll sort it. I thought it had gone. So yeah, I'm going to play this to Night City. Hope you enjoy, guys. I'll be back shortly. guys, welcome back to Talk Now Podcast. That was Night City by Vogel. So same again, guys, I have put a link in the chat below us. If you want to go and check some more of Vogel's music out, then please do so and show him some support. So next up, guys, I'm just going to get the got to stop saying guys, but you know, I am getting used to the camera, getting used to all my buttons, to my new screen scene switchers, and getting up my news and things like that. So you know, I'm getting there. So please stay with me, and if you've not been here before, please subscribe, like, click the bell icon, do all that rigmarole, so you get like instant notifications when I do go live. So what I'm just going to pull up now, guys, is the scientists discover 2 super Earth planets that could host alien life, which I have stressed in episode 1. If you've not gone and see them, I may leave a end screen on the end of this video where you can go and check out the other episodes. I mean, in episode 3, halfway through my stream, green screen collapsed on me. Really funny. I think I handled it quite well, but I left it in there. This is live, so there's any mistakes can happen. I mean, somebody can walk through my door right now. It's all live, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why I love it. So okay, here we've got scientists may have taken a huge steps forwards in the search for life beyond our planet after discovering 2 potential habitat planets. So as I was just saying there, sorry about this, is you know, in episode 1 and 2 I was talking about a lot of the things that I wish to talk about that I've got in my list. Let me just pull that up. So if I get my little stats up and my little list up here, so you know, I do have things like artificial intelligence, making money online, latest technology and gadgets and things like that, which I'm into all my gadgets and stuff like that, so I wouldn't mind doing some reviews on gadgets. I talked about my Upson Xeno, showing a little bit of the drone footage in 4K in episode 1, I believe it was, or maybe 2, I'm unsure now. Egypt, like to cover the topic on Egypt, and that's why I have the link to the Discord chat in the bottom if you want to come in and have a chat about Egypt, talk about the pharaohs and all the hieroglyphics and what you believe and what you think. And I was asking myself, you know, probably 3 most important questions in my life, which is always, how did we get here? What are we doing here? And what's the whole purpose of life? So, you know, down them rabbit holes you can go down, endless tunnels, which will make a debate really interesting on Talk Now Podcast. So I have also said in the other episodes, if you're not too sure about calling in on Discord and you want to have a chat that way, because I'd like to get that bit of cross banter between 2 of us talking on here. If not, the chat is available below, which I can see now on my center monitor, and if somebody was to make a pose a question now, you know, we could have a little bit of talk about that, and that would be great, and great for the show and great for everybody. So just going back to this, researchers from the Institution of Science discover the planets orbiting stars GJ180 and GJ229a, 2 of the nearest stars actually to his own sun. So the planets are named the 2 numbers we've just said. It's always numbers. Of at least 7.5 and 7.9 times Earth's mass, according to the researchers. So Dr. Feibo Feng, co-author and study, explained that GJ180d is the nearest temperature super-Earth to us that is not tidally locked into its star, which probably boosts its likelihood of being able to host and sustain life. The second planet, GJ229ac, is the nearest temperature super-Earth to us, located in a system in which host star as a brown dwarf companion. Meanwhile, the researchers also discovered a 3rd remarkable planet, a cold Neptune, dubbed the GJ433d. All these names and numbers are obviously recent discoveries, and you can go and do some little bit of research on them yourself. The discovery comes just after NASA discovered a new Earth-sized planet that could be home to aliens. So just over the last year, there's been quite a lot of talk about water on planets, aliens, alien life, um, the new talks with Luis Elizondo and things like that. I think it's unidentified, I think it's called, which, I've put comments out on YouTube saying, look, at the end of the day, making money out of a show, going round asking people for interviews, if you've seen this, what you've seen. I think there was somewhere in New Mexico, and there was talking to some guy on a boat and asking him his experiences, what he's seen, and they were explaining, we're seeing this light. I think one was a pilot. The first guy in the series I watched was a pilot, and it was out in his plane, and he's seen a glowing light or something come right close to the plane and literally miss him, just like this. The speeds, the Tic Tac incident in 2004, Nimitz incident, and Luis Elizondo is like relating this to that around the times. I think it was in 2005 this incident happened. So it weren't just on the Nimitz, they were seeing things like this. And then the other one was some kind of marine biologist who went out and monitored dolphins or whales, or he was doing something. He'd done that for like 20 odd years, and then he starts talking about things that he'd witnessed. So comments I've made on certain YouTube channels about this is back in 2018, was it? Tom DeLonge comes on Joe Rogan, says we've got this material, we've got it, we've got material from a UFO. Okay, so I actually made a video about it on my other YouTube channel, which is called To the Edge Academy, and it was, where's the material, Tom? I think that was the main headline of the actual YouTube video. And in there I do ask him, I say, well, what's the point in coming on a live show and saying you've got this material and it's being withheld by the governments or whatever and so on, and then say that you're going to release it slowly to the public for us all to receive this information in small doses? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, if you've got the material, let's have that material out. Let's show these experiments that you said that you've been doing on it and what it can and can't do, its possibilities and its capabilities, and then we'll know. It's no good just saying this and then just brush it under the carpet and then go and make a TV channel raking money in that way and trying to sell you t-shirts and things like that to rake money in. I don't think it should be done that way. It shouldn't be about money. Money's the root of all evil. Forget money. Why is money actually coming into making these television programs? And is it the new Ancient Aliens? Is that what this unidentified show is? And we're just going to be going on for another 10, 20 years until we get any of that out. So please, leave some comments below what you guys think in the comment section. Same again, if you want to call in Discord, come and have a chat. Let's debate these things. And that's what I want to do here on the show. Little things like that just bother me. This has been going on for 70 years, 100 years, and there's even photos and paintings from thousands of years ago. I do like, what's his name? Hancock? No, not Hancock. I'll have to get him up. I'll find this other guy. I do really like him. He's breaking the dogmatic approach into history, where you've got your normal historians who've written books about their theories and their work and things like that, and they've stuck to that for like a period of 20 years of their life. And by having the dogmatic approach and not actually changing, when science and new discoveries change, I think it's Göbekli Tepe, I can't say it correctly, Göbekli Tepe, which is the new things that they're unearthing. So when science and new discoveries change, surely the dogmatic approach should change with it. It's like, yeah, okay, I might have been wrong. What's wrong with being wrong? People can be wrong at the end of the day. So I just think these scientists and people who make these discoveries, they have that dogmatic approach where they think, well, I'm not going to change this, I can't change that, because that's my whole lifetimes of work. And discoveries like Göbekli Tepe, which is something, we were here 12,000 years ago, 12,000 years. In the Amazon, they're discovering buried cities. All this is fascinating. Same again, If you want to get in touch on Talk Now Podcast and have a chat with me, put a bit of chat or questions in the top chat, or you can also call in on the Discord. Okay, so sorry I've had a little bit of a rant about that, but when I see this, it's kind of where my mind goes, and it makes me think Earth-sized planets that could be home to aliens. So, let's have a discussion. So next, guys, I'm just going to close that, and I'm going to get another tune-up by Isidore. Once again, guys, to Isidore and Vogel, both of them have reached out and said I'm okay to use the music. If I have any problems through copyright claims on YouTube, let them know and they'll sort it, which is great. Great for the show, great for us. I think I played Last Geisha yesterday, Night Owl, what have we got here, Power Flight, which I've played today. So yeah, I'm going to play the Last Geisha. It's literally about just over 4 minutes long, and this is by Isidore, which is the second guy in the chat below us, guys. So if you want to go and check his music out, please do so. So I'm just going to turn the news off. Hate that noise. I thought I'd sorted it, but I haven't. So enjoy this one, guys. This is The Last Geisha by Isidore. guys, welcome back to Talk Now Podcast. That was The Last Geisha by Isidore, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Whew. Right, so in the break, I've just been and made myself a quick cup of coffee. So if you want to grab yourself a coffee or a cup of tea, nice mash. The time is now 2:47. It's January the 15th here in the UK. So if you've not been here before, guys, you've made it this far into the podcast. Really do appreciate that. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all them type of things. Click the bell icon so you get instant notifications when I do go live and all that. So yeah, the tunes that I need. What I'm thinking is, guys, if you want to send your own music in down in that corner, in the bottom right corner to yourself, I've got TalkNowPodcast@gmail.com. So if you want to send your music in there, I'll have a listen to it. If I think it fits for the show and it's whatever, I'll put links to your music if you authorise me to play it. Obviously, with it coming through into the Gmail, I'd expect you're giving me rights to play that type of music or play your own music if you want to advertise your music on here. That's all great. I want the subscriptions to grow, and by me helping you, you're helping me, and it's a win-win situation for the pair of us, and that's just the way I'm looking at it, without no script. I'm not trying to read off anything, it's just how I personally feel. With it being a Talk Now podcast, I do want people to get involved by clicking the Discord channel at the bottom. I can't stress it enough. There will be just a little waiting room that you put into. Just have a sensible question ready. Turn down any background noise, your TVs, radios and things like that. And also another thing, although I've talked about just a few of the things I want to talk about today, I've also just installed a new piece of software onto my mobile, and I'm just testing it out at the moment because I do have a fish tank behind me with the Mabuna in there. I was going to put the camera on there, so I could switch to that, and if I did put some relaxing music on, you could just watch the Mabuna swim around and do what they do in their own little world, which, all my kids find it fascinating. When they come around, they like to feed them and stuff like that. It's all great. But what I did instead, because I have other animals, I've got a dog and a cat, I just thought I'd set it up so if I press this button, it should switch to what I'm going to call my Ruby cam. So at the minute, you can see she's just being a normal, typical dog. She's chilling out on the pillar there. If I shout her, Rube, what are you doing? She's in her own little world, dreaming away. So I could make that little feature where I had my little dog in. She's a little Jack Russell. She's tiny. She's about 10 years old. We've had her for about 8 years. She's a brilliant dog, and I'm surprised we don't have people walking past because it's just getting close to the school pickup time, and she'll be going mental in the background, climbing in window in a minute, yapping at everybody going past. So that's just my little Ruby cam. I mean, I can set that phone up because it's done through my phone. I forgot what the software is called at the minute. It's called E2 software. It's called IVCam. So if you want to know how to set that up, I could make a little section where I put into the podcast things like that, because I did find a YouTube video and he was explaining that there was an app for iPhones and things like that. I think that's why I mentioned iTunes earlier instead of Vogel's Spotify, because I was watching a video recently where the video was only from iTunes or something like that. App worked on iPhones, but I have an Android, so I just did a little bit of research, looked for quite a modern one, and this bit of software here, IVCam, as you could see, just switch IVCam. I know it's got the logo in the top left, but I can just switch to that camera. That could be if somebody was coming to the studio, I could set that camera up for them and have cross-reference with somebody here in the studio. I'll give them another set of headphones. Guys, I've just got to make this clear. This is my studio mic, which I use in the studio, and it's a SE2000. Now this is the microphone I use on Friday when I'm doing recordings and on my studio work. because I do make a little bit of music myself. And what I'm trying to do is get the DAW to play from there into OBS. And I've used Voice Meter, I've tried Voice Meter, I've tried directing it through here, there, and everywhere, and it's an absolute nightmare. At the moment, I am relying on my Arctic 7's microphone, and you see, I do have quite a deep voice. So if I did like a Frank Bruno type, you know what I mean, Harry? You know, and I went down there. If that was to be put on through my SE2000, it sounds brilliant. But on this little thing here, you know, it just don't sound as good. So I'd like to actually get that set up. So if any of you guys know how I do that, or a better way of doing that, or achieving it to get it from my DAW into OBS, please leave comments in the comment section. I do read them all, and I will get back to you, which will be awesome. And that was just off the cuff because I've just seen my microphone there and it's been irritated me. I tried all day Saturday and all day Sunday this weekend trying to get it up and running for the podcast on Monday, but it's just absolute nightmare. So we just played Last Geisha by Isidore, so please go and check it. I mean, what I'm just going to pull up here is the new Retro Wave. Now, new Retro Wave, when I tried to get in touch with Isidore originally, he said I could use anything from like from one and two. I thought somebody were at my door. But I couldn't use anything from his third album because I think he's collaborated with somebody, and there's music by more than just himself. And then he sent me to a link which took me to this New Wave Records. Now you might have seen them on YouTube. And this new retro wave type style music, I mean, I have registered with these. It's free to register. I think you're actually allowed to download one free song. It won't be in the best MP3. It won't be in the best quality, but if you want to purchase it and things like that, you can purchase music on here. There's tons of different artists on here, and I mean, I can't play any of the music.
Hier kommen ein paar Meerschweinchen in Bestform. Der Besitzer dieser Meerschweinchen hat es irgendwie geschafft, ihnen beizubringen, von Teppich zu Teppich zu springen, als würden sie einen heißen Lavastrom überwinden. Einfach nur zum Brüllen, vor allem in Zeitlupe. Doch nicht alle Meerschweinchen besitzen die physischen Eigenschaften für solch lässige Moves. Das ist Goreback. Sie versucht mit aller Kraft zurück in das Gehege zu springen, doch leider läuft es nicht wie...
Okay, so there was some German there speaking off the new retro wave records. I didn't know it played that. It's just some guy, probably there might be an advertisement in the bottom corner of it or something. So yeah, on there, I won't put it on my screen, but on there, right, I've just got to get used to these angles. So okay, so it's that way. So basically, they've got tons of artists on there, and it's all based around the new retro wave style music, which fits in with the science and Andromeda space and things like that, which I want to use on the show, which is all great. But I love tons of different genres of music as well. I mean, I do have a song which I played in episode 1 called Good For You. I believe it's had about 8 or 10 million views on YouTube. It says that it's copyright free or royalty free music. So I want to play that tune maybe next by THBD, and I'm just unsure if I can use it because the new retro wave, the upbeat tune that I was playing in episodes 1 and 2, that says the same. It's royalty free music as long as I advertise the name of the song and who it's by. So surely I should be okay to use that in a podcast. But I'm finding out through the strikes that I've got that that's not the case. So which reinforces, guys, for this way, Mr. P, down in the bottom left corner, if you want to send me your music and get it advertised on here, or anything, if you want me to do a product review or something like that, you know. New, can I do this? Links, Africa. The new deodorant body spray. 48 hours fresh. So no, I'm not sponsored by Lynx, by the way. It was just something to grab off the side. So yeah, I want to do giveaways as well. I'd like people, if I did a review for argument's sake on something, would I then be eligible to do that as a giveaway to my subscribers? And all you'd have to do is just become a subscriber, leave a comment, and I might just judge it on which comment I think's the best, or something like that, you know. Or I think some people use like an algorithm type piece of software that just crunches all the emails and things like that, and it just randomly picks one. If that's fair, I could do that. I mean, while we've got the Australia bushfires emergency on, I mean, I had to switch from the New Wave Records website just due to that advert whichever was playing. I will do a little bit of talk about this while it's up. It's facing some of the most dangerous and catastrophic bushfires they've ever seen, guys. So if you want to donate, I'm just going to put, man, this is the longest link I've ever seen in the world. But I'm going to just copy this link. I'm just going to put it in the chat below me here. And Jesus, check this out. It might be too long to go in my chat. It is, it's too. I can't even, that is unbelievable. I can't even put the link in because it's 213 letters. And equals and colons and question marks and dots long. 213. And you can only put a chat 200 long. So come on, guys, where are we? wwf.org. So I'll just have to say please go to www.org.uk and you can make a donation there. You can even adopt a koala. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sheila. Let's adopt a koala. But on a serious note, more than 10 million hectares have been burnt, and this number continues to climb. That's the equivalent of 40% of the entire UK. That's bad, guys. 40% of the UK. Please excuse me for catching my mic. I'm not going to play any of them that I put in my playlist because I'm scared of copyrights. I will play another song in a minute by Vogel. And I'll maybe finish on that one. How long we've been going now? We're going 40 odd minutes, 45 minutes. So I do try and keep these podcasts an hour long. I still do want to talk about these Xenobots, which I'll just do now before we play another song. Xenobots are living robots made from frog cells that can heal themselves. Check this out, guys. Look at that. It's there. It's that way, Mr. P. Okay. I'm buzzing now. I've got that the right way. Okay, so a team of scientists at Tufts University in US have created Xenobots. Tiny robots made from frog skin and heart cells that can work together, and they can heal themselves. You know, where we're going, guys. Come on. Welcome to 2020. Algorithms define the configurations of frog cells, which are then constructed by humans to create a living robot that the scientists have called a Xenobot. After the Xenopus laevis species of frog, which they're actually made from. I mean, just check that out. I mean, I can't. Can I zoom in? I'm not sure I could zoom in on that. But, I mean, it's like a little embryo, isn't it? Crazy. These aquatic organisms live for up to 7 days, and the team hopes that in the future they can be used to deliver drugs into people's bloodstreams, clean up microplastics from the ocean, and manage radioactive waste spills. So just send them guys in there, and they'll do the job. Computer models the dynamics of the biological building blocks, skin and heart muscle, and use them like Lego bricks to build different organism anatomies, said the team of scientists. That reminds me of on Ancient Aliens when they say, what do they say? They say, so such and such. Ancient scientist, no, not ancient, some that scientists believe, and he says it all the time in commentary. It is the survival of the fittest inside the computer. The team include Douglas Blackinston, a research scientist of microsurgeon, Sam Craigman, a PhD student and artificial intelligence expert from Tufts University professor of biology, Michael Levin, and University of Vermont professor of computer science, Josh Bogard. The manufactured organisms are currently able to walk and push things and work collaboratively with other Xenobots in a swarm. Their advantage over metal micro robots is they can heal themselves if they sustain damage. So you know what I mean? They just send them in there. If something happens to them, they just heal themselves. So they're just going to keep going. Crazy. I mean, what's the when I see stuff like this, it reminds me of, is it CRISPR, CRISP, and then just R on its own, CRISPR. I think they're doing some awesome stuff at the minute, which I could talk about that as well. I mean, I might do a little bit of talk about that on one of my shows. CRISPR, I think was it them who did the eye surgery, a girl who couldn't see or something, and they altered the DNA to enable her to see again. Not obviously perfect, but she got her eyesight back, and I've seen her riding a bike and stuff. So the future, I mean, it's looking good through the medical breakthroughs, and stuff like this can also only be a benefit to humanity. Also, because they are formed of organic material, they would be less potentially damaging inside a human body or any natural environment they were introduced to. Once they have served their intended function, they can biodegrade naturally. Straight away, when I hear that word, biodegrade, I believe any plastics, surely we could be making that out of hemp, grow, I think, an hemp plant, not a cannabis plant, a hemp plant, grows in something like 10 weeks, 14 weeks, 20 weeks or something stupid, and they grow massive. They grow like, may as well be a tree. I mean, the stems are like that. And didn't they used to use that for things, instead of using plastic, they could use that, the thing from the hemp plant to make plastic, which is biodegradable. It's a win-win situation. Didn't in the years ago they used to make rope out of it and ship sails and so on and so on. Then they did the prohibition and stopped everything, and now it's bad. And they brought out reefer madness, and if you do this, it's saying you're crazy. You know, that's another subject. Get in touch down on the Discord. I can talk about stuff like that as well. So most technologies are made from steel, concrete, chemicals, and plastics, which degrade over time and can produce harmful ecological and health side effects, said the scientist. It's useful to build technologies using self-renewing and biocompatible materials, of which the ideal candidates are living systems themselves. Just like what a UFO is made out of, a living biocompatible material made from living systems themselves. Yeah, you know. Xenobots live in fresh water and can stand temperatures between 4 and 26 degrees Celsius. They can survive for a week on the lipids and proteins in the frog cells before they stop functioning. Something the scientists said is a positive feature in the terms of safety for synthetic biology constructs. Of course, they can't reproduce, but they can be kept alive longer if they're grown into nutrient-rich cell culture. I mean, just check that out, guys. You know, so they can just heal themselves if they're going to shit. They're just going to sort this ends out. They can't reproduce themselves, but still, why do you need to reproduce yourself if you get injured, as they put it? You can just heal yourself. So the team that created the Xenobot said the project opens up many exciting avenues at the intersections of robotics, biology and medicine. So they're also in my list of subjects. You know, I do like robots. I used to have Isobot. I used to have a little Isobot, man. He were awesome. Probably about 5-10 years ago now. He were mint. So I do love robots as well. What's that company called? Top of my head, can't think. Boston Dynamics. I mean, some of the work they're doing. Just put a gun in their hand, make 1,000 on them. How are you going to stop them? You're not. If we could make 3D biological form on demand, we could repair birth defects, reprogram tumors into normal tissues, regenerate after traumatic injury and degenerative disease, and defeating aging, they said. Once we figure out how cells can be motivated to build specific structures, this will not only have a massive impact on regenerative medicine, but the same principles will lead to better robotics, communication systems, and maybe new neurocentric AI platforms. So same again, if I just pull my list up, I've got AI and artificial intelligence in there. Other recent robotic developments that combine technologies and biology include 3D printing synthetic muscles and a robot-plant hybrid. The post-Xenobots are living robots made from frog cells that can heal themselves. Appeared first on D.A.W. Is that a program or something, or a magazine or something? Unsure. But yeah, guys, you know, technology, life, into all crazy where it's going. So next up, guys, I'm just going to drop another tune in there. I actually enjoyed this cup of coffee, just relaxing there, just reading through these new Xenobots. And I'll give a shout out to D.A.W. for putting this article up there. Just look at that, it just looks amazing. So I'm going to play another tune by Vogel, and this one is called Andromeda. Enjoy. Okay guys, welcome back. So that was Andromeda by Vogel. We're all good. Same again guys, link is in the chat just below, and please show Vogel some of your love, guys. And girls, of course. This show isn't just about guys, and when I do say guys, I mean YouTubers, people in general, mums, dads, brothers, sisters. I don't care who's here. It's not a show just for men, because that'd be a little bit bad, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I'm just going to make a quick little point about the Tesla Sentry mode, which I did put in the beginning of the show. And if you've stayed here that long, thank you very much, guys. Do appreciate you being with me. Don't forget to click the subscribe, like, and the notifications, which I do keep saying, I know. But it is really important. I have just a couple of subscribers, and I do appreciate them. All the chat that I do get, or any comments that I will get when I look up the live feed and everything's gone and done a double check. Let me just switch over dog to Rubicam. Oi, watch 'em, Rube. Watch 'em. That's it. She's had a little bog. Now she'll just lie back down. Get her head down. Tuck up in a ball. Back to sleep. Bye, Rubicam. So yeah. So I haven't got very long left. I'm up to 59 minutes, guys. I do try and keep it an hour long. I have spoke about in episode 3, I'm thinking about doing a late night podcast, maybe on a Saturday night or a Sunday night. I can't do a Friday night because I'm in the studio myself, as in producing music. So I'm just going to pull this up really quick, which is the Tesla Sentry mode. I have spoke about the Tesla 3, which I really love. 30 grand, 35 grand or something stupid. Love to own one, love to have one. Or, eventually aiming for something like the new Roadster. So, okay, so how much battery does it actually use? So I'll give you a brief outline. Basically, it's like an alarm system. So when you leave your vehicle, when you leave your Tesla, you can put it in like a sleep mode where it puts an alarm on, and if somebody comes close to the vehicle, it will warn them. If they think that a window's going to be smashed or something like that, then it will send you notifications to your phone that there's something going off around your vehicle. But all this uses battery, although it's in like a standby mode. It uses the battery. So what you've got to take into account is the positioning where you are, how long you're going to be there, how much battery it's actually going to drain, and if you will have enough battery left for your journey home, which it's like an alarm system. And I thought to just talk about it because I do like the Teslas, which I've already mentioned, I know. So Sentry mode sounds like a great idea. It's essentially a free dash cam. There is, however, a downside: the amount of power that it actually uses. In spite of not being screen intensive or involving driving at all, our owner reports that it consumes battery life at a rate of 1 mile per hour. With 260 miles of range, that obviously equates to 262 hours or 11 days before the battery is actually fully drained. So yeah, I thought it were a little bit important, the new Sentry mode, Catch 22. So the scenario in which you're most likely to turn Sentry mode on long trips away is also when you probably don't want to, in order to save the battery. Of course, you can negate this by having long-term parking with charging. Nevertheless, the battery drain of the Sentry mode is causing owners to think twice about using it. So I've not got one charging in my garage. One day, hopefully, I will have. If I'm around that long, hopefully we'll be able to check out this new Sentry mode. So I just wanted to do a quick cover of that, guys, before I finish. We are an hour and 2 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate the comments, likes, and all that lot. Really do appreciate it. Think I'm getting a little bit better in what I'm doing. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable in front of this camera, which is a bonus. I'm getting used to all my buttons, and yeah, I think it's coming along okay. So, leave me some ideas as well, what I can do, what you guys want to talk about in the comment section below me. And seeing as we've just played the last tune, which was Vogel, I will finish off on another Isidore song, which I might play Touch the Sky 2 because I played that in EP3. This will be now EP4. Played The Last Geisha a little bit earlier on. You can find the links to both of these artists in my chat below. And yeah, I hope you guys send me some emails to talknowpodcast@gmail.com, where I'll have a listen to your songs, and any genre of music, just send it me and I'll have a listen. If I like it, if I want it on the show, I'll put it on. I'll put links to your music. And you know, it's that you help me, I help you situation. I think it's a good idea myself. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. So I'm going to play, what shall we play? We played Powerfly at the beginning of today. Neon Owl I played yesterday, and Touch the Sky. So I just need more artists. I need some more artists, some more music. We'll have a great massive playlist to play on Talk Now Podcast. And I'm just going to finish this one off with Touch the Sky 2. So hope you enjoy, guys. I will be just editing the text that rolls across the section below me here, under the equalizer. Just letting you guys know it's Touch the Sky. So I'll be editing that out and changing that for the rolling text, because I don't want like 20 songs of rolling text for individual ones. So I'll just type it in and I'll put that link in the scrolling text running across the bottom here on the equalizer. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Talk Now Podcast. Enjoy. Touch the Sky 2.